right, so today we're focused on this upper area. I'm going to show you some different techniques than we've been working on for the last 6 days. But first, because we're in a sitting position today, I want to show you a couple of things about when we sit. I'm on a ball, but you may be on a chair. Let's say you're in your car or wherever you're going to be sitting. I want to remind you that we want to sit on our sits bones, not on our tailbone. So if you've gotten into the habit of rolling back and leaning down to drive or to sit at your desk and you're rounded here, that's going to put a lot of compression on that L4, L5. That's one of the top reasons that folks have back issues and get bulging discs, poor posture. So we're going to work on that today while we're doing the rest of our work. Remember, sits bones are what we sit on. If you can remember that, that will help a lot. And then we activate the core. When you activate the core, that's going to release that back. Okay, so a lot of times when you're rounded, the back's having to support you. The moment you shift and you're up on your sits bones, immediately the abdominal chain, that the core, right, even the glutes, they have to start to activate to hold you up. And that's their job. So if they're weak right now, be gentle with yourself. Allow your body to get stronger and to come back online. Remember, we were talking about this throughout the week, that if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And the next phase is something else is going to be used that you may not want to have being used. And that compounds the effect of the pain. So as corrective exercise specialists here at Yogilachi, we're really focused on that alignment and activating this correct series of muscles. Okay, I want to pull out one other thing, and that is this beautiful little bottle that's here at the studio. This is a combination of some essential oils, and I'm going to use this one today. This one, oh, it's orange, and there's some blue tansy in there. Smell geranium. So this one's actually has a combination of a few different things that brings the senses. It's a natural antiviral. That blue tansy is a very potent, beautiful oil. And then that wild orange, great for invigorating, energizing, focus. And geranium is good for stress if you're feeling the emotional stress from things going on. So that's a great combination. There's a couple of other beautiful oils in there as well. And this, not this specific bottle, but one of these bottles, $45. This is going to be a gift for those of you that have been commenting. You'll be entered in the drawings for all the gifts that we're giving away. And so make sure you do either comment. Every comment is going to be an enter. And yeah, so here we go. Now that this is on the hands, and I like doing that on the hands, we're not going to be playing with our eyes, so I feel safe putting things on your hands first. What we like to do when we're working on hands and wrists and any area that's tight in this whole upper region is we do some chi massage. So chi, of course, is the energy, and then massage, you know what that is. But what we're going to do with this chi massage is we're going to start at the base of the knuckle, and we're going to start feeling for the bone. And then we're going to go around at the edge of that bone, like right up to the edge of the bone. And we're just going to put a little bit of pressure, and then we're going to bring it out all the way to the fingertip. And we're going to repeat that right at the knuckleball bone. We're going to get to the insertion point, and we're going to do just a little bit of traction in there. And we're going to bring it all the way out, massaging as we go along, right to the fingertip, and then pulling off. So again, we go to the base of that knuckle, right at the insertion point, and we're just creating space in there. We're not popping the knuckles. We're just creating space. So if you've ever had fingers jammed, things like that, this is wonderful. So we can go through each finger. You can do it quickly. It doesn't have to be a long practice. Shoulders stay pocketed. You're, of course, in good alignment. And then we're just going to go to the base. Why I want you to go to the base is I want you to feel the connection of that insertion point. And as I teach anything, I try to teach the fundamental, the principle, so that it applies to every joint in the body. So that when we get to the legs or the hips or the shoulder girdle, you're understanding these fundamentals. So we're getting to that insertion point, we're feeling that connection, and we're just bringing it all out. Now, what's really interesting is if you put a little bit of in any of the knuckles and you create pulling gently, you may feel referral. Okay, so a sensation or a pain even of referral. That's because the entire body is connected like a web. And if you pull on one area, it's going to affect whatever else is along that chain that may have an imbalance or may need some support. So this is where we start to become more aware of this concept of the web, our own web of our body. The sheath, the fascia, the tissue that layers over the larger muscle is all connected. It's connected with synapses and there's nerve endings. And so we want to be aware of that as we practice. So the next thing that we're going to do is take our hands and we're going to clasp them in a little position like this. Fingers are moving. There's a little bit of energy flowing through there. We're just going to bring those shoulders pocketed down. And so from the side, the shoulders are back and down. We're not rounded. So we want a good posture. And then we're stabilizing at your core so then we can create some mobility with the wrists. And you can just dance with this, literally just doing a beautiful, you can extend them out and do full extensions, just listening to your body. Get to know your body, your best friend. Your body is this amazing friend. You never knew you probably had this best friend sitting right here with you, loving you, supporting you, holding you up, bolstering you. Yep, you do. And you want to take care of your best friend, right? You want to cherish it, adore it. So these movements here are so simple. You can bring them up. And this is just a great sit break, a great break. You know, I like to have that water every 30 minutes, 4 ounces, taking that pure water. But even more so, getting up and moving every 20 minutes. Do something. Move your body so it's not stuck in a fused position. All right, so that's a really easy series that we've just done. We're going to follow up the chain of this arm here. And we're going to go to the inside of the elbow. So I'm going to keep it on this side so you can see. And I'm just following up to the inside where there's muscle. And I'm going to find the line of the insertion point. Now, we're going right to the inside where it bends. And you may just put a little bit of pressure. Don't put so much that you are creating pain. But when you get the sensation of maybe a little bit of tension, that's probably your spot. And in Qi, this is a Qigong, this is the practice where we're just going to put a little bit of pressure. We're going to take a deep breath. And we can even move a little bit of the arm. In just a couple seconds, and then we're going to release it. So think about it like a sponge that we're going to push or squeeze, wring out the sponge. The real benefit comes when we release it. So this is us rolling in and we're squeezing out the excess inflammation, moisture in the tissue, in the sponge. And then we're going to release it so we get a flush of fresh energy fluid coming back in there. Okay, so flushing back in there. Now we're going to go to the outside, but I'm going to bend it over so you can see we're actually going to the inside of that elbow. It's to we'll come to the inside of the elbow first. Let's just do that point. So I'm running out of time here, and I really want to show you the upper shoulder. Okay, so we'll go into that right. It's right at that connection point again. You're just going to come right inside there, and we're going to put some pressure on it. We'll call this a trigger point. Okay, so there's a trigger point that can tend, especially if you're on a mouse and you're doing, and this gets really tight in that forearm, and the fingers, this can get really tight. So this all gets bunchy up here, and then this causes pain here, and it's really also coming up in here. So we'll get up there as well just before we end. Now I've only done one arm, one hand, so make sure you do both sides. We always want to be balancing our work that we do. In fact, I think I'll go to the left side of my shoulder or my other shoulder, and then hopefully you get a chance to just go through and do the other side. I don't feel like I need to do that on my shoulder as well, but I want to show you on the shoulder so you can just see here. Okay, so we've done, let's say the arm points at the elbow, right? It's a joints. We've gone to joints, and they're all connected in this chain. So this connection. Everything's connected. We want to follow this up, and we're just going to follow right up to the top of that shoulder. So we've got the collarbone here, and it comes out onto this, and we've got the humerus head that comes up into that shoulder. So we want to keep that shoulder head down. We don't want it to come up to our ear. So once it's down, you're going to find a little hollow up in there. A little hollow, if you can see that. You feel it for yourself. When you find that hollow, you're going to find a point of tenderness. Just find a spot of tenderness. Once you have it, make sure it's not a super high pain. You're not trying to create pain. You're just going to find that tenderness spot. And we're going to put a little pressure. Watch my other arm for yourself. Watch your other arm, that you're not digging in here. Everything's in alignment. You're scooped in. You've got your impeccable alignment as always. And then with a little bit of pressure, we're going to add movement just from the neck to change this. So we're going to drop the arm that's getting a little stretch. Just extend those fingers. Everything's connected. We're going to take a 15-degree turn and then bring the chin to the chest. Once your chin is towards the chest, you're going to take a big breath in. Big, big, big breath all the way up into the lungs, and then exhale it out. Okay. Now we're going to find another spot. We're going to lift up, come back to center, and then take your head a little bit further. Chin comes to chest. And take a deep breath in. Now we can follow this chain all the way up to the scalenes here, because from that hollow, all of these muscles up through the upper shoulder, up the thoracic, all of these muscles in here, right, that come out of this arm, and then this, the scalenes in here. You could do the same type of thing going in there, breathing, staying relaxed in there. I like the hand extended because everything's connected. You'll probably feel the difference. If your hand's just dormant there, feels a little different. But if you can put some activation, you're going to feel all of that energy flowing up and through there. Ooh, I feel a little lopsided. I've got one side down and the other. So hopefully you have some time to balance both sides. Balance the joints on those elbows. Those are great acupressure points. They're great connecting to the meridian. They just really help get flow going through there. And we'll take a deep breath. We'll remember to stay connected to our truth. The one truth that is always, always there. That's you. Connect to your truth, connect to your God, connect to your divine. You are that. That is who you are at your core, no matter what else is going on, all this blah stuff going on. Doesn't matter. What matters most is that you're connected to your truth, your source, your divine, your spirit, your grace, whatever you want to call it, you. The pureness of you, that whole, perfect, loving, strong, powerful, harmonious, happy, healthy, vibrant, perfect you. Connect to that and connect to it again and again and again. There's so many distractions, so many ways that get us pulled, but it's within you. There's nothing outside of you you need. It's already there. You just have to reconnect. You just have to, well, sometimes remember. And there's so many great tools to do that. I can smell the essential oils. Blue tansy definitely helps with that. Oh, I can't wait to give that to someone, whoever's needing that. It's going to go to the right person. And just remember, Yogilachi is here for you. I'm here for you. I believe in that truth in all of us, that highest good and best outcome. All right, happy Thursday. I will see you again soon.